You're watching NCTV, celebrating 20 years of community broadcasting.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Food and Farm Show. I'm Dominguez.
I'm Cheryl Noble, and today we are going out to Szabo Winery, which is the third leg of the Bear Yuba Land Trust, their Walk on the Wild Side trek.
And the Szabo Winery has a rich history all unto itself here in Nevada County, as we will find out in their presentation. And really, this is the end of the whole event today. And we have some oven-baked pizzas and, of course, the free-range grass-fed beef.
The beef.
From Jim is here.
And lots
some
of
sandwiches.
wine.
Lots of wine from Szabo's, which we're still enjoying. And just a great atmosphere here to celebrate the 24th year of the Land Trust.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, so it's their birthday, and it's also Earth Day this weekend as well. So happy birthday to the planet Earth, which it's not really his birthday, but it's a day to recognize the fact that Earth Day is important, and really every day is Earth Day.
And doing our part to preserve it. So be sure to watch us every week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on our new time at 7 on Channel 11 and also Suddenlink 16. And also you can watch us 24/7 on the YouTube channel, which is the Food and Farm Show.
And our brand new website, thefoodandfarmshow.com. Lynn's kind of redoing that whole thing. We'll have pictures up from today's event and all our future telecasts. So let's get ready for the break. When we come back, it's off to Szabo Winery. You're watching the Food and Farm Show right here on the Food and Farm Show Network. Nevada County Farm Supply has been part of the agricultural scene since 1993. Their staff consists of a certified crop advisor, licensed pest control advisor, and irrigation auditor. In Penn Valley, they have a full-service nursery with over 500 varieties of plants and garden enhancements. In Grass Valley, they have a warehouse full of soil amendments, fertilizers, and nutrients. Nevada County Farm Supply, powerful knowledge and innovative solutions.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Welcome back to the Food and Farm Show. Let's go back out to Szabo Winery and meet Alex Szabo.
Retirement and figuring out a way to go. And I didn't want employees. And I love always creating, and I love creating. And I wanted to create something that I can enjoy as well. I love wine. My family had vineyards and wineries back in Hungary, back in before the World War. They lost all that. I still grew up with a love of wine, and I grew up with a love of the land. For me, when I come into my land, and I'll come into the camera. For me, when I come into my land, I have goosebumps, and you can see that. Focus in on that, seriously. Focus in, because that's the way it is. I'm telling you, I mean, other people will talk about it. This is what I feel. Hey, Bill and Ann. You guys feel the same for your land, too. Bill and Ann Trabuco, friends, neighbors, they feel the same way about their land.
Our ranch is right, it's the back.
I get goosebumps. I farm my land sustainably. When I come on my land, I breathe different. You know, when I come and I go, and I will go eventually, probably some will be happy to say, "Shh, finally," you know? I want to leave it a better place. And that's where I'm at with my land. The other thing where I'm at with my land and what you see now is the vineyard. And I love wine. I enjoy wine. And so I want to make the best wine that I possibly can given the area. I searched from Washington up north down to San Luis down south. For the grapes I grow, I love this land. What's your name? Erica, hi, welcome. That's Petite Syrah, that's Grenache, that's Zin. This is the Muscat Orange and Blanc. The vines are coming out beautiful right now. In another 2 weeks, it's going to be so beautiful because you'll see lines of lime green, fresh growth throughout the vineyard. I'm getting ready to plant that area. I was lucky enough to be environmentalist and conservationist of the year award winner. I had a lot of people who were tough to compete with because they did a lot of good things as well with their land. And that's fundamentally what I feel about. It's what I do for my land. And my wine and what you're drinking is a product of that. Up top we have Syrah, we have Primitivo. I'm getting ready to plant that area up there. I wish to thank the Bear Yuba Land Trust too, because it's something I'm in with. It's something I feel part of. You know, as I say, I'll be gone, I'm coming, going, the land stays. And that's something that concerns me. And consequently, my personal affiliation, whether that's right or wrong, is with the Land Trust as well as with a few other groups. I welcome you. It's a diamond in the rough. We'll eventually be building a house up there. I developed this for my vineyard and land. When I was here originally, I mean, some of you who know me a little bit better go, yeah, he's a little different, he's a little whatever. You know, my own family says, oh, otherwise, you know, we love you, but we call you crazy. And when I developed my land, I had friends, many in the business, and they, forgive me for being a little bit lengthy, but you guys are going to at least get a good feeling of what the hell is going on here and why I did it. And you make your own decisions after. But I was looking for a piece of land for my grapes, etc., but something where I can put those roots in. I lived, and when I developed the land, I could have paid and written checks for somebody to, you know, do this for me, do that for me. I did that in my previous life. It wasn't something I was not into. I don't personally want employees forgiving me for those who want to be employees or anything. Sorry. But I wanted to do something that actually I do. I developed this land myself. I cross-ripped it, deep-ripped it, 6 by 6 foot on a pattern. We planted 8,000 some odd plants. I only lost 8 plants in June, and it was 26 degrees Celsius. It was like 106 or 104. I mean, that's virtually unheard of. And the reason why is, it's not because mine doesn't like everybody else's. No. I did research, I did homework. I wanted to make what? I want to make my grapes that survive in this land. And if you do your homework right and you do things right, you don't waste nature, you work with it. And I love surfing, and that's the whole part of the whole motion with the ocean. You know, frankly. In any event, I'm getting ready to plant that. As I said, we were environmentalist conservationists of year. We lost very few grapes in planting. I have 40 acres. I've planted this in sustainable forest. Okay, we have another 10 there. That'll be for my kids' kids, you know, pure pine, hard veneer. We do everything with something in mind, you know. There's no point in living, you know, to just shoot. No, you want to shoot with a target in mind, a goal in mind. What makes you good? What makes you happy? What can we give? What can we produce? Here we produce 7 different varietals. Muscat Blanc and orange, and I'm making an insanely great wine here that's in the tank, and if you really love me, it's going to cost you. 3-year, it's been a blend of 3 different vintages, reblended and re-fermented in the tank. It's really quite something special. It goes back to a 12th century and 14th century protocol. That over there is my Petite Syrah up there as you come in. You know, I'm big into rock therapy. Do you girls need rock therapy? You girls are all young. You need rock therapy. I know you do. I know I do, man. Come on, you do. Yeah, see, she admits it. In any event, I do rock therapy. I built that wall there, this wall here, my pizza oven there. Rock therapy, 2 hours, 4 hours a day, 2 days. It works. And what it is really reallocating your land and the resources of it in such a way that makes it work for you. And the way it works for me is I lived on my land here and I developed it. So my logo came from after 3 years of living here. And you guys, this is probably the first time I'm espousing this way. So, what's your name?
Bree.
Bree, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Cute. In any event, it's really something I enjoy. It's something that, as I said, it makes me work. It makes me tick. It's something I love. This is what I do. I needed something to do. As you get older, whatever. That's Petite Syrah. That's Grenache. This is my Zin block here. And if you guys are lucky, we'll taste a little bit of, you know, I just racked some of the wines, sulfured them, so not everything is tasting mwah. But the Zin is pretty nice and the Primy is pretty nice. What we have out here in barrels is I have a bit of a stuck fermentation. A stuck fermentation, Brie, because you wanted to ask, is where the sugar stops converting into alcohol. And so what we call it is a stuck fermentation. So it's got a little bit of residual sugar. It's fermented almost dry, but it still has a little bit. And so what I do is what I kid with Thomas Mann in The Magic Mountain, one of my favorite authors, is you got to move it off that mountain somehow. And so we do a little tubercular. We move our patients out to the sunshine. We wrap them up with blankies, and you know, in the evening we put them back in. And that's what's happening with these barrels. I'm getting ready to plant that up there. That's the Syrah up top. What you see, what you don't see is the Primitivo. For me, my world gives back to me. It gives back to me because I give it. What I give, I do a lot of hand work out in my vineyard. The morning side, which is the east side that way, I pick off the leaves halfway through my season, roughly, to get a little bit morning sunshine, let the air come a little bit more through. I leave the afternoon side on the leaves to protect it so it doesn't get sunburnt. What I want to say is that goodness comes through something we care about. Goodness comes through people we care about, people we love, people we listen to. I listen to my babies out there a lot of times of the year, and that's what I produce. You might like it, you might not. So be it. That's what I do. I'll be planning a little bit more. Welcome to my place. This building is completely built into the side of the mountain, so it's completely energy free in the sense that I don't need to refrigerate it in the summer when it's 110 degrees outside. She keeps a beautiful same temperature. It's built into the side of the mountain. It's a Core 10 steel. That was fabricated by U.S. Steel in 1984, patented. It's a separate patent based on a separate ratio of copper, phosphorus, and phosphate. It'll create its own patina, which, when you rub it, won't rub off in your hands. And it rusts like that. It's bloody amazing. It's freaking great. Okay? Pardon the English. Edit it. It's really something special. This has been aged a little bit older than my door. The door is in what we call a God's eye pattern. That's like 1.6 tons. The copper has been pre-aged to 38 to 42 years old. As I said, we're in a diamond in the rough. My first whole wanting and desire for this process was the grapes and the wine. Eventually, the house can come. I live like a bloody gypsy. Those who know me a little bit more always wonder and go, well, what's a little bit behind them? Well, you know, I sacrifice everything I frickin' do for this. A lot of people who know me better don't know that. And you know, even my wife, I mean, she's, you know, people say, oh, you have a wife? You know, it's just that. It's just that. This is what I want to give to you. Enjoy yourselves. I'm pouring Primitivo Sauvignon Blanc here. And please, any questions, anything you want to say, don't want to say, we are not PC here. Welcome and enjoy yourselves. Yeah.
This is Bianca Manifor here for the Food and Farm Show, and I'm standing here today with members of a group that I'm actually a part of called the Garden Goddesses, and today we're going to talk to Mona Copeland and Brenda Horton about what they learned today out here on this walk on the wild side. So ladies, can you tell me if you learned something new about Nevada County agriculture today?
Yeah, what was really most exciting is learning more about the Bear Yuba Land Trust. It's a wonderful nonprofit that recently started. I think it merged from a couple of other nonprofits, and it's all about land conservation and just really being stewards of the land here out in Nevada County. And we feel really fortunate to be a part of this community out here. And then the second thing that I learned most about is Szabo's Vineyard. I actually am very familiar with Szabo's Vineyard, but he's growing a variety of different grapes now. And when I first came out here a few years ago, he was only growing a few grapes. So he's expanded his vineyard, and every time I come out here, it's just looking more and more beautiful. And we have awesome weather, so what's there not to love?
Exactly. How about you, Mona?
I think, you know what I was really impressed by today was how passionate people are. And when we went to, what's the name of the homestead? The Burton Homestead. Yeah. And the girls there who are doing the educational farm work with the kids, I just love their passion. And, you know, Jim with the Nevada County Free Range Beef is just so passionate about what they do. And, you know, all of them here trying to treasure our wide open spaces for prosperity. It's just amazing, and how the Land Trust helps do that. I was really impressed.
Now, seeing the diversity of agriculture products that we have in Nevada County and learning about all the different people that are involved in making those things happen, how much more likely are you to search out local products when you're shopping, like at SPD or Briar Patch, when you're doing your daily and weekly shopping trips?
Well, that's tough because you're preaching to the choir. I already do that. So it's really important to me to buy local and shop local. And I also grow a lot of my own food. So I want to know what's going in my body, and I want it to be healthy and for me and my family.
Yeah, I think the Food Love Project, which was the first nonprofit that we saw, what I was really most impressed about, you know, as far as local goes, is that you can buy your fruits and veggies from them here locally. They sell at the farmers market. They're doing a lot of educational programs for young adults, kids, interns. So this has been an amazing day. It's been extremely educational, and I hope they do it once a year. I'll come back and bring more friends and drink more of Szabo's wine.
Yeah, for sure.
The wine was really delicious. Now, did you prefer the red or the white? Just curious.
I like the Primitivo. That was the red. It was awesome.
That's what I have right here.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm buying a bottle to bring home to my husband.
Yeah, I'm a red wine lover, so the Primitivo definitely rocks.
Time for another break here on the Food and Farm Show. When we come back, more fun happening here with the Yuba Land Trust as we walk on the wild side. Join us. Nevada County Farm Supply has been part of the agricultural scene since 1993. Their staff consists of a certified crop advisor, licensed pest control advisor, and irrigation auditor. In Penn Valley, they have a full-service nursery with over 500 varieties of plants and garden enhancements. In Grass Valley, they have a warehouse full of soil amendments, fertilizers, and nutrients. Nevada County Farm Supply, powerful knowledge and innovative solutions.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. Welcome back to the Food and Farm Show. Let's go meet Melanie Vance, events coordinator now of the Bear Yuba Land Trust.
This was your first time with this Walk on the Wild Side, the first year, is that right?
Well, no, actually, Walk on the Wild Side is something we've done every year.
Okay.
It's our Happy Birthday Land Trust, Happy Earth Day event. So it had taken many forms, but this is the first time we did the focus on agriculture.
I see. I knew there was a first something in there. And so how many years have you been doing the Walk on the Wild Side?
Oh, I don't really know. I would guess about 5.
Okay, and this year you decided to focus a little bit more on the agriculture, and you had 3 venues, and they're all tied how to the land trust?
Well, the first stop was at Burton Homestead, which we own, and we have the Food Love Project on there as an organic farm. Now, we just allow them to occupy that space. We don't have anything to do with the running of the farm. We just own the property. So, and it's young farmers learning or interns learning how to be farmers in this community. And then the second stop was at Lindenley Ranch, which is where Jim Gates of Nevada County Free Range Beef is grazing some of his beef, his cattle. But he's also grazing some of his cattle on our new acquisition garden bar down on the Bear River. And the Trabucos on a bill also have a conservation easement on their property.
Okay.
So they want to protect most of the land and keep it agricultural, keep it open space. So that's our tie there. And also Bill Trabuco is on our board. And then the last stop here at Szabo's Vineyard is Alex doesn't have a conservation easement, and we don't own his vineyard, but he's a friend of the land trust. A friend of the land trust, yes.
A good friend to have, I would say. He has a beautiful property and a nice host for the after party, so a good friend to have on the land trust. I think it turns out that the guests today really exceeded your expectations, too.
It did. We were hoping for 30. We got over 40, close to 50 people today.
Wow.
So, and everybody was so impressed with the speakers and learned something about agriculture in our county that they didn't know about already, which is really fabulous. We always want people to come away knowing something more than they knew before they joined us.
And I think this says, too, the importance of and the growing awareness of our local agriculture. Every season, it seems there's another component to it. We learn something more. It just keeps growing. And I just think this says the interest that our residents have in learning about it.
I agree. And we have all the CSAs, we have the organic briar patch and natural selections and SPD, and even our chain stores are carrying organic because we demand that of them. Right. So our community is very interested in that healthy aspect, and this was a way to actually bring them out to the people and introduce them to the people that are growing their food.
Right. So, right. Bring it out to the land. Now, your office is located on the North Star Ranch, which is home to the North Star House, which is home to the the Growers Market, which just opened its season.
It did. It just started, today. Today's our first day, yes. Our office is on that property, and we also own that property. However, the property is managed by the North Star Historic Conservancy, so they take care of the house. They've raised all the funds to restore it. They've done a fabulous job.
Yes,
It's beautiful.
yes.
And Alex is part of the North Star House Conservancy, so we do have a tie-in with
There's
him.
a tie. If people wanted more information on the Bear Yuba Land Trust, give us some info.
Well, the number is 530-272-5994, or you can email me, Melanie, MELONY, at bylt.org, or our website, of course, which has lots of information, and that's bearyubalandtrust.org.
Thank you, Melanie. Good event today. Well done.
Thanks for coming out.
That's going to do it for another episode of the Food and Farm Show. Today we were at the Szabo Winery.
Actually, we've been at the Szabo Winery for the last 3 weeks with the show, and I can see you're almost ready.
I'm ready for another refill now that we've wrapped this up.
But this is a lot of fun out here. The Bear Yuba Land Trust is doing a great job, and thank you to all the places that we visited and all the people that we met the last 3 weeks. What a great testimony to the area that we live in and, of course, agriculture. Next week, join us as we go to the North Star House for the very first certified growers farmers market. Cheryl, it's already time for the farmers market.
It's the first one to open up of the season, so we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, be sure and watch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on Comcast 11 and Sunlink 16 and 24/7 on our YouTube channel, which is the Food and Farm Show.
So until next time, I'm Gil Dominguez.
And I'm Cheryl Noble. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Nevada County Farm Supply has been part of the agricultural scene since 1993. Their staff consists of a certified crop advisor, licensed pest control advisor, and irrigation auditor. In Penn Valley, they have a full-service nursery with over 500 varieties of plants and garden enhancements. In Grass Valley, they have a warehouse full of soil amendments, fertilizers, and nutrients. Nevada County Farm Supply, powerful knowledge and innovative solutions.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.